Good morning, students. Good morning, one of you. All the students, please pay attention. In today's class, we will be discussing the vital points of on the face of it through the question answer method. I will be sharing the screen. The question is in your hand. On your WhatsApp group, I have shared 2 or 3 questions. Those are the questions which I will be discussing right now. Okay. Good morning, Shashank. Ask your colleagues to log in fast. The class is soon going to begin. Before I start with, I have already discussed 3 important questions. Now I want to listen from one of you. What is the question number 1? In a couple of days back, maybe day before yesterday, I gave you 3 questions to prepare and then sit for the class. In the previous class, we discussed RC, but in today's class, we will discuss those questions, and after that, we will conclude the lesson. So I ask one of you to read the question sequentially. Question number 1. Can anyone let me know what is question number 1?
Why does Derry feel drawn towards Mr. Lamb?
Why does Derry feel drawn towards Mr. Lamb? Okay, in the previous class, I discussed one more question. I hope you have got through that question. The play is an apt depiction of loneliness in the sense of alienation expressed by people on account of disability. तो ये तो बट बहुत ही bitter truth है. And in the previous class, I asked you that please share. Okay. Can you see the screen, all of you? All of you, can you see the screen?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes,
this, okay, wait, just wait. This is not the answer. I'll discuss. No, this is not the answer. Now can you see the screen? All of you?
No,
Huh?
No, ma'am.
No, you cannot see the screen. My God, what to do now? This is what happens. Anyway, let me try once again, because once the answer is before you, you will be taking down the vital point of the answer, which is more important. Okay, let's see. Now, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So the question was, why did Derek feels he is drawn towards Mr. Lamb? क्यों वो attracted हो रहा था? So till now, Derek had only one friend, or you can say one person with whom he could talk, and that was his mother. Now, looking at the reaction of the common people around him, he felt that Derek is likely to lose the confidence, the lifestyle, the zeal to live and survive. This Derek would leave. This Derek would miss it. So in that sense, he feels that his mother feels that he should live an isolated life. अब यहाँ पर तुम लोग देखो, स्क्रीन पर देखो. All of you, can you see it very clearly, or shall I zoom it up? दिख रहा है ना? Okay. The old man relates a story to young Derek, the speaker, about a highly scared man. अब वो एग्जाम्पल लेता है उसके कन्वर्सेशन है अबाउट ए मैन हु वाज वेरी मच स्केयर्ड अबाउट हिज लाइफ, दैट वेदर ही विल सर्वाइव और वेदर ही विल डाई और सम मिसफॉर्च्यून विल हैपन एंड ही विल डाई. Okay, so this story he narrates it to him. He considered everything in the outside world a potential source of life-threatening danger. Remember this word. This is a very important term that has been used in the answer. कि जितने उसकी जो world outside, जो world के जितने भी लोग हैं, circumstances है, situation है, people है, उनके attitude है, everything were a potential source of life-threatening danger. Remember, my friend, my children, you too will have the same problem, because as you go with the Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest. Maybe Derek is ignored because of his deformity, but there are many on this earth who do not have deformity. There are clever people, there are beautiful people, there are ugly people, there are foolish people, there are simple people. And on account of these, we go on valuing and rating person and then accepting them in our boundary or do not accept them according to our taste. So remember, this is not the story only with Derek. Maybe chances are there you may be ignored by so many people. Yaad rakhna, because aaj ke date mein it is not deformity, it is brain. How much your brain, after all, you sell your brain, there is a price tag on your brain. People have lost their emotions, people have lost their sympathy, and what is only moving on is the brain. So here, if you feel you are not so calculative, you are not so attentive, you are very casual in your life, chalo jo hoga hoga. So in this circumstance, there are people around you who feel that outside world, a potential source of life-threatening danger exists. जैसे आज के डेट में तुम्हारा कोरोना वायरस है, that is supposed to be a life threatening danger. आगे बढ़े. As a result, he locked himself inside his room, thinking he had shut out all jeopardizes. Jeopardizes means hurdles. He has shut all these things. अपने आप को एक रूम के अंदर he locked himself, thinking that that is the only safe way to live, to survive, and help to grow. ऐसे situation में he did this. Next, what happened? He, however, had a picture fall over his head while he was in bed and died of the injuries. Look, there was such life-threatening danger to his life. So what happened inside the room? A picture fell and he suffered severe injuries on the verge of end. So this story showed the futility of being scared in life. Remember, अभी पूरे इंसिडेंट से तुम लोग क्या कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ किए कि इट इज फ्यूटाइल, यूजलेस ऑफ बीइंग स्केयर्ड, एक्सक्यूज मी, ऑफ बीइंग स्केयर्ड इन लाइफ. व्हाई टू फियर? तुम लोग इस चैप्टर पर और भी पढ़े हो स्टोरी फ्लेमिंगो में रिगार्डिंग फियर, कि फियर इज यूजलेस, इट स्टॉप्स ऑल काइंड ऑफ प्रोग्रेस. दैट इज वेरी क्लियर. So you may say that the story showed the futility of being scared in life. The real fun always in living life, enjoying life and living life. So now if you move on to the next, Mr. Lamb words. This is next question, but you can, I'm just sharing it on account of some thematic connection of the story in your mind picture. Mr. Lamb words had a soothing effect on Derry. Remember, what is he saying? He is having a soothing effect on Derry. His views shook up his own prejudices, जो biased हो गया था. तो जो लैम्ब का जो व्यूज था, डेरी को shook up, it moved him, it changed his thought process. देखो बहुत vital है. सबसे पहले, how did it become possible? Because Derry was still a child and till now he has not met any other person other than his mother. Definitely the meeting of Mr. Lamb appears to him very strange and therefore acts as a catalyst to his ongoing thought process about life and common people, society and people around him. So we can say that the Lamb's words had a soothing effect on Derry. His views shook up his own prejudices. उसकी views का outcome क्या हुआ? देखो, prejudice तुम्हारा important keyword है कि what happened with the interaction का outcome क्या हुआ? That Derry got associated with the own prejudices and the biased feeling that he had kept in his mind about himself and forced him to think differently. See, I have used the term forced. उसको बार बार इंस्टेंसेस को साइट करके उसको फोर्स किया कि स्टार्ट थिंकिंग डिफरेंटली. वी आर सो मच लॉक अप इन आवर ओन थॉट प्रोसेस, इन आवर ओन प्रेजुडिसेस, इन आवर ओन बायसनेस दैट वी स्टार्ट टू लिव इन दैट वर्ल्ड. उसको कहते हैं ककून. अपने आप को सेफ्टी बनाने के लिए एक ककून बना लेते हैं अपने बायस प्रेजुडिस्ड थॉट्स का, ऑब्जर्वेशन का, ये सब यूजलेस है, बेकार है, and one must come out of this cocoon and enjoy living life. तो यहाँ पर उससे बात ही नहीं करता है. He asks him, rather forces him to think differently. See, the entire world is focusing, think differently, change your thought process. This is what Mr. Lamb is also doing with Derek. The house and the gardens that were Mr. Lamb's property gave deep solace to the turbulently embittered young dairy. और जो हाउस जिसमें वो रहता था, जो गार्डन जिससे वो चारों बगल, he had built up a garden, जो ग्रीनरी था, जो नेचर का उसने क्रिएशन जो किए हुए था, all this give us solace. तो यहाँ उसकी सेकंड फीलिंग हुई. एक तो उसकी प्रेजुडिस खत्म हुई, उसके थॉट प्रोसेस चेंज हुआ, और दूसरा वो घर के लॉकअप एनवायरनमेंट से वो बाहर निकला, और बाहर निकल के ये देखा कि जब वो नेचर के बीच है तो ही इज फीलिंग अ डीप सोलेस. सोलेस कहते हैं शांति को, पीस को, कंफर्ट को. टू द टर्बुलेंटली, बहुत वायलेंट था उसका थॉट प्रोसेस. embittered, टूटा फूटा, young dairy. Next, he genuinely wanted to help Mr. Lamb pick crab apples. ठीक है ना, वो चाहता था कि वो मिस्टर लैम को स्टार्ट असिस्टिंग. और इसका जो चेंज ऑफ एक्शन जो हुआ कि घर में नहीं रहेंगे, हम बाहर जाएंगे और मिस्टर लैम को हेल्प करेंगे उसके काम में, दैट वाज इमीडिएट आफ्टर द कन्वर्सेशन ऑफ मिस्टर लैम. वो अपनी माँ को रिवोल्ट करता है, उसको नो कहता है, उसके स्टॉप करने के बावजूद ही रन्स to Mr. Lamb, and he genuinely comes here and says, look, I have come to help you. However, the most important reason for him to visit Mr. Lamb again was that he was for him, okay, I'll complete it. He was for him a symbolic gesture. याद रखना, लिटरेचर पढ़ रहे हो, कोई रियल करके मिस्टर लैम्ब उसको हेल्प करना, ये सब ऐसा नहीं है. उसके लाइफ में एक सिंबॉलिक जेस्चर करके मिस्टर लैम्ब पर्सन के, ही कम्स एज ए पर्सन हु डिलीवर्स हिज डायलॉग एंड हेल्प्स टू चेंज हिज माइंडसेट, हिज थॉट प्रोसेस. He was breaking free of his own gloomy self-absorption. हम लोग जो अपने आप में जो लॉस्ट रहते हैं, अपना 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 अपना, सेल्फ सेल्फ सेल्फ, मेरा घर, मेरा बच्चा, मेरी फैमिली, मेरा स्कूल, मेरा क्लास. The more we are absorbed in self, what is happening? We are locking all the boundaries to come up and glow, to come up and live life genuinely. So this man, he was successful in freeing his own gloomy self-absorption and trying to face life for the first time. This is for the first time he has faced life. All of you have taken the screenshot? All of you have taken the screenshot? Please write it in the chat box.
Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, please speak. क्या हुआ तुम लोग को? All of you have taken the screenshot. ले लिए हो? Now I have stopped screening Sheen. Please write it in the chat box if you are comfortable with the answer. अच्छा, it is in minimized form. Okay, I'll just zoom it. Can you see it? All of you, can you see it? Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now you can take the screenshot. I'll scroll, थोड़ा सा नीचे वाला भी आ जाएगा. I'll scroll, थोड़ा ऊपर वाला भी आ जाएगा, so that you can frame a connectivity with the question. You have taken the screenshot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now this is the second one. And this is the first one. This also you can zoom and you can see this analysis also. Remember your opinion about, देखो ग्लैम्ब का जो symbolic significance है, it is very important. Now next another student, please unmute yourself and read the next question. Please read the next question.
How does the play leave a ray of hope, even though it ends tragically?
Tragically? Ended?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
See, it is anyway. I'll just begin with, this is the question. First, you understand whether the question is in the form of half. It is the, before that, there is some opening. ये तो second part तुम लोग देख रहे हो. Mr. Lamb come across as a well-liked character. When you start reading the story, you come to the conclusion that he is very much liked not only by Derek but also by the reader. हम लोग सब चाहते हैं कि उस तरह के आदमी हम लोग के लाइफ में आए, who brings positivity, who brings certain change in our life, in our mind process. This was Mr. Lamb. He comes across as a well-liked character in the story on the face of it. He is very much liked. Next. He is the harbinger of hope and positivity. Now, उसका role क्या है story में? So he is the harbinger of hope and positivity in the story, definitely I would say, and to so many readers' life also. बहुत सारे हम लोग read जो पढ़ रहे हैं उनके भी life में he is acting as a harbinger of love and positivity or hope and positivity so much thoroughly well to make the to be comfortable, to be with friendly and open and candid talking. Candid means casual talking with anyone. हम लोग जो biased हो गए हैं, अमेरिकन से बात नहीं करना है, अफ्रीकन से बात नहीं करना है, साउथ इंडियन से बात नहीं करना, ये सब जो हम लोग एक मेंटल बैरियर बना लिए हैं. See, whenever you are learning a lesson, remember, I have to connect this lessons, this topic of literature at a global level. How will this chapter help you to change your thought process globally? यहाँ मिस्टर लैम्ब और डेरेक है, यहाँ डिफॉर्मिटी की बात हो रही है, लेकिन आउटसाइड इफ यू कम तो वहां पर क्या चीज की बात हो रही है? वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट racial discrimination, we are talking about regional discrimination, we are talking about gender discrimination. ठीक है, तो जेंडर रोल्स चलो एकदम लोएस्ट होता है, रेशियल तो वर्ल्ड लेवल पर चले गए, उतना आगे नहीं बताएंगे, लेकिन ये बता दो, अगर अभी तुमको हम काम दें, एक प्लेटफॉर्म दें जहां तुमको एक्शन लेना है कि व्हाट स्टेप्स यू विल टेक टू रिमूव जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, तो एक एक्शन, अपना फर्स्ट एक्शन बता दो. हाउ विल यू स्टार्ट डूइंग इट? रिमेंबर, एक्शन ऑलवेज स्पीक्स लाउडर देन वॉइस. तो आई हैव टू कनेक्ट दिस लेसन, दिस चैप्टर globally, or you can say with some of the social problems that is ongoing around you. तो यहाँ पर outcasted है Derek, outcasted है Mr. Lamb, but similarly we are also ignoring and outcasting, or vice versa, we are also being ignored and outcasted on several points. One is gender discrimination. Now, can you tell me how you will, or what one action you will take to remove gender discrimination? Students, please participate in the interactive session. Don't sit idle. Niharika, Ankita, Priyanshu. Priyanshu, can you give the answer? Pooja. Aniket, can you give the answer? Sushant, give the answer. Unmute yourself and give the answer. तुम लोग के सामने बहुत challenging ये problem आएगा. अभी नहीं आ रहा है, 2 साल 5 साल के बाद आएगा. अब बताओ कैसे करोगे, कैसे सॉल्व करोगे? जेंडर को कैसे यू विल चेंज इट टू रिमूव सच काइंड ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन? हम सिर्फ एक ही लिए हैं, वो है जेंडर. नो आइडिया. एनीवे, अनुष्का, कैन यू गिव सम हिंट टू मी? Anushka, can you give? You can write it down in the chat box also. You can write it down in the chat box also. Can you tell me? Okay. See, I will be called as teacher. Now, what is happening? The discrimination between male teacher and female teacher gets ended. A teacher taught this lesson. A teacher came to our class. I was walking with a teacher. So if I called as a unanimously, so I am not focusing whether it is a male teacher or a female teacher. Similarly, if I call you students, so I am not focusing whether you are a male child, male student, or a female student, girl child or a boy child. So I can say children, I can say students, I can address you as, you can address me as teachers, you can address your mother and father as parents. पेरेंट्स आ रहे हैं, डोंट से मम्मी आ रही है, पापा आ रहे हैं. तो ये जो स्पेसिफिक हम लोग कर देते हैं, तो दैट विल एंड इफ वी स्टार्ट इन आवर कन्वर्सेशन, इन आवर डेली राइटिंग, इफ वी स्टार्ट यूजिंग सच टर्मिनोलॉजीज, definitely our outlook will change. Anushka, have you got my point? Anushka, have you got my point? No. Khushi, have you got my point? What is wrong with you all? Please unmute yourself and start.
Yes,
Okay, let us proceed. Derek, the 14-year-old boy, disfigured child, comes face to face with many unpleasant opportunities that he can create in his own life by himself after he has had a long interview with Mr. Lamb. The loss of a precious life is regretted, but one is heartened by the emergence of positivity in a young life. See, when we discuss, we are discussing when someone dies. एक बहुत अच्छे साइंटिस्ट, बहुत अच्छे उन पर फिल्म भी बन रहा है, जल्दी से अप्रैल तक में रिलीज होगा, बहुत ही अच्छे साइंटिस्ट हैं, लेकिन the man got so much bullied from all sorts of government and other agencies that he quit what he wanted to do for the nation. So we regret now when the movie is coming up, we regret upon the attitude, but we forgot that this is all the outcome of our roles that we are living. Okay, this is very sure. एक चीज तुम लोग ध्यान दो, Mr. Lamb was an unusual man for Derek. याद रखना, in any case, Mr. Lamb was an unusual man for Derek. Now come to the next question. That is the third question that I have already discussed. Only little time is left, and today I want to conclude. Can you tell me, read out the next question? All of you, can you read out the next question? Any of you, please read out the next question. Can you read out?
How does the old man get across? How does the old man get across the idea one cannot go through life being scared?
One cannot go through being scared. Okay, come on. Look at here. This is, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed. Mr. Lamb is a wise old man, an ex-soldier who lost a leg in the war. He is the owner of a house and attached gardens in which he avidly grows crab apple trees, amongst others. He has an artificial tin leg and he limps as he walks. He is called Lammy Lamb by unkind children. He is fond of reading books. He has unusual views about things. He is fond of people and of a frank and friendly disposition. जो भी था वो frank and friendly disposition था, सबसे अच्छे से बात करता था. His house and his garden are always thrown open for guests. He lives alone in his huge campus, and that is why Derek, thinking that the property was uninhabited, scaled into his boundary wall to enter it. वो चला जाता है. While Derry is turbulently unhappy about his disfigured face, Mr. Lamb is placid and uncaring about his artificial leg. जितना ही वो involved है, परेशान है, उतना ही जो है, Mr. Lamb बहुत casual and careless है about his leg. ठीक है, broken leg. So Mr. Lamb is oblivious to them. Derry hides away from people and does not interest himself in other things in life. Derry kya karta hai? He hides it, and he did not take any interest in the life process in any other people. But contrary to this, Mr. Lamb jo tha, he loves talking to people. So you can see it, he is enjoying, and see, it is written over there, his heart. Mr. Lamb throws open his heart as well as gets to all and sundry life to the fullest, finding enjoyment in tiny things. He is finding enjoyment in finding things. So this way you can see that I have concluded almost the chapter, the way different perspectives has been taken. Okay, and in the next class, I will be sharing the summary, you can say, or you can say in short about Evans, Tries and O-level. So I request all of you to go through that story at least for once, because it is difficult to explain the line by line. I'll move once again with the question answer process. ये जो क्वेश्चन आंसर प्रोसेस जैसे अभी तुम लोग को बताए, in the same manner I will be explaining it to you, and what I am going to do, I will let you know the vital points, the expressions, the feelings, the ideologies, everything, what happened. Observation सबका vary करता है, तो when you read, you frame your own opinion. So ये opinion I will be discussing mine. You should also have your own opinion after reading that story. This is perhaps the last chapter of your syllabus. After that, I'll move to the writing section. Clear, all of you? Yes, students? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the chapter on the face of
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Is the chapter on the face of it completely clear in your mindset? Completely clear in your mindset? Yes or no? Yeah, you want some more?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want some more elaboration? Okay. Ma'am, which next chapter we have to study? Okay, Ankita, it is Evans, Tries and O-level. देखना तुम्हारे vistas में है ये chapter. Evans, Tries and O-level. It is a part of your syllabus also. Check कर लेना. In case if you find any difficulty, तो let me know. Okay, कि ma'am, this chapter is there or this chapter is not there in the syllabus. देख लेना तुम लोग. Okay. Shall I end the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I think tomorrow is a holiday. What is there written in your diary? Is it a holiday? If not, then you will have a class tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll move on to day after tomorrow. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you.